That's it? Are we live? Hello? Hello? Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Minutes with Milo show. We're at show 75. You are correct. It's not a dream. It's not a fantasy. It's real. So how is everybody? Thursday night is all right for fighting. Just don't do it here. Just don't do it here. It's my Friday night. I'm enjoying it so far because I got some yard mowed. Yep. Came home, had a bite of supper, and went out and mowed some grass. And and I'm really surprised it's not really super tall, even though it's been cool, unseasonably cool for the first day of summer, leading up to summer or whatever. A little bit of rain. Usually that stuff just blows out of the ground when it's cool and you got some water in it, and I don't know. But what are we gonna do? I sure as heck ain't gonna fertilize it. No, no, no. I'm over that. I am over that. All right. So if you're watching it live, I don't see you. So you probably are not here, which means you're going to watch it later. Hey, that's cool. Like, subscribe, turn on the notification, tell your friends, tell your family. Spread the word, spread the joys. Got 85 subscribers and about 2 people that show up regular. Not a very good ratio. So if you watch this, leave me a comment. What am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? Make me a big list. Make me a small list. I don't know. So I like abandoned places. It just makes me wonder why. What happened? Where did the people go? Why didn't they come back? Is this place not worth anything? Is that not worth anything? So on Reddit, and I'm on Reddit, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, Instagram. Everything's pretty much Minutes with Milo. Do a search, you'll find it. Follow me. I don't post like I should. I find that I don't know, man. I don't think I do a lot of interesting things. You know, maybe I do, maybe I don't. Maybe I should post more, see what people find interesting. But anyway, on Reddit, started following a couple of things about abandoned places. So then I did a little search on why do people abandon things. And I found some abandoned mansions. That's interesting. So I thought I'd look on Facebook for abandoned stuff. Well, guess what? Facebook Marketplace is terrible. I mean, if you know what I mean, you put in abandoned, and it shows you all the abandoned cars, abandoned places, something. I said, well, just show me stuff that's abandoned. Man, they just make stuff up. You know, tents for sale, wood for sale, old barns for sale. And I like the ones free bicycle. Okay, but just because it's free doesn't mean it's abandoned. I wish you could just narrow that down. Get those people on Facebook, shake them up, and say, "Golly, people! If I wanted free, I'd put in free. I'd expect to get, advertisements for free, not something that says, free car, and you read it and go, wow, that's a good looking free car. Uh, then they want $2,500 for it. Well, it ain't free. How do you get away with lying like that? But anyway, so I just closed Facebook. Man, ain't nothing abandoned, you know. Even if they found it. They want to sell it right on marketplace. That's what it's for. I can't blame them there. So, but anyway, so thought I'd do a little show on more abandoned places. Do a little research. Why do these things get abandoned? Why don't people come back? What happens to them? So I got a web page. I'll put on my spectacles. No, I'm not. You know what? I'm kind of under the impression that if I baby my eyes, they'll just get worse and worse and worse. I want to show my eyes tough love. I'm going to make them squint. I'm going to make them work to see. That'll make them stronger, brighter, right? It's got to work. It works for your muscles. Hard living. Keep you healthy. Now let's see. Where are we at? Show me this. Show everybody that. Share it with everybody. Like 3 things for clock. Porn, bad and everything. Playing the browser. Is that us? Is that it? I don't know. It looks like one of them. Let's do that. Add it to the stream. Here it comes. There it is. All right. So, I know. Abandoned porn. I don't know. Abandon everything. I don't know. So, this fella here. Let me get. Posted by Earth Fillers. He'd been seeing this house, so he finally got the courage up to walk over there and look at it. Nothing inside, but it's gorgeous. Home was built in 1810. How does he know that? There's even a horse carriage steps, lays on 18 acres. Well, how does he know that? Just one picture. See what happens if I click on it. Yeah, it's still just the one picture. People comment on it. I'm not interested in the comments. Go back. All right. What else we got? An abandoned hotel. Let's see where this thing's at. Come on, people. You could just steal this stuff off the internet and say it was abandoned. Chirinos. Abandoned hotel. Where is this place? It looks awesome. Good question. Crimea, Ukraine. Dude, that thing ain't abandoned. They ran. They ran like hell to get out of there. Shame it's abandoned. Looks like a great vacation spot. Yeah. All right. Yep. That's a pretty cool place. That's really nice out there in the ocean. That's probably abandoned too. I mean, damn. I hate that. Abandoned school, 1923. Yeah, pretty small. Abandoned church. That's crazy. Look at that. Wow. Back streets of Shanghai. Dude, that ain't abandoned. That's just the way it is. Decommissioned steam engine. Serbia. Coal mine. It's pretty painted. I bet it's probably functional 10 years ago, though. That's in India. I wonder if they got a lot of mosquitoes in India. I bet they do. Nasty place. Looks like all that pond water. Mussolini was planning to retire in a sea view villa deep in the mountains of Rhode Island. That villa has been abandoned since 1947 and is freely accessible to the public. Huh, how did that happen? Now, see, that's what I'm thinking about. Mussolini, not a very nice guy, but he apparently bought the villa, right? As it says here, it's a sea view villa deep in the mountains of Rhode Island. Sea view. How is that even possible? Instead, he lived out the rest of his days in a run over hot dog. I don't get that. Tell you what we'll do. We'll do a little research. Copy. Let's go over here. Let's do this. Paste that Mussolini retirement villa. Rhode Island. I know it ain't spelled right, but come on, Google. Let's get with it. I'm looking for video. See what it says right here. Wow, there it is. Huh. Use cookies. I don't want cookies. The abandoned Villa de Vici, also known as Mussolini's Villa, located in Prophetess something mountain, used by nearby relation between them. The place planned a holiday home. Mussolini, the Italian dictator, claims it unusual for its age, often decorated walls and ceiling. So it's not in Rhode Island. Hmm. Did I pick the wrong one? Well, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about at all. Let's go back. Thought that thing said it was in Rhode Island. Oh, in Rhodes. Let's see. What did I read wrong? What did I read wrong? It says right there, Rhode Island. Rhodes. Mountains of Rhodes Island. Oh. Well, it would make sense. Why would he retire to the U.S.? Why? That's a good question. Let's move on, shall we? Let's move on. Keep on moving. Nothing to see here. Oh, how did we get back to the top? Carriage house soon to be demolished. Now that says Rhode Island. Dang it. And look, it's Sea View right there. Maybe that's a big old lake. Abandoned bridge in Japan. I mean, that's a kind of cool photo, but another one in Ukraine, Winter Garden, abandoned farmhouse in rural Nova Scotia. Well, around here, some of the people will be living in that. Don't look too abandoned. Went back to the casino resort area in the Poconos. Fire truck. Southern California. Yeah, an old Blazer looks like. Ooh, stolen vehicle inside an auto plant. That's a fitting place. Check out them wheels. Big old green wheels. An abandoned bird nest. Oh no, how terrible. King Stadium. What's this thing about? Hmm. Hmm. Las Vegas, New Mexico is one of my favorite places to visit. I didn't know there was a Las Vegas in New Mexico. There's lots of things I don't know. Well, there's Craig Hughes. Why would I want to put my glasses on? Just because I think Mussolini was going to retire to Rhode Island? Dude, I don't need my glasses. I'm going to make my eyes stronger. You might have missed that part. Hard work, hard living is going to make them stronger. Another place in India. See, upstate New York, home, rural Ontario. See, this is pretty cool. Another one in Ontario. There's links in the comments. Let's just throw caution to the wind and follow a link or two. It says it's a super interesting place. We'll be the judge of that. Freak topography. Built in 1981, retired residence for a local entrepreneur and his wife. In September 98, the home and property were sold to an organization known as the Hallelujah Acres. Hallelujah Acres was founded in 1992 by an American pastor who found out he had colon cancer in 72 and brought himself to a state of wellness by changing his diet to raw fruits and vegetables plus drinking lots of fresh carrot juice. In 98, Hallelujah Acres opened a second headquarters in Canada to serve the growing market north of the border. The building served as a headquarters and was run by a woman named Judy, who passed away in 2019. Well, I don't know if you'd call that abandoned. You know what, 4 years nobody's lived in it? Yeah, I know following links can be dangerous, but we found out a lot just by reading this, so maybe I don't have to follow the links. So I don't know why he thinks it's abandoned. Looks like they're keeping it up pretty good. But it doesn't, I mean, it's interesting and it's round, but maybe we're missing a lot. Maybe there's an inside pool or something cool like that in there. But I don't know. It's only a few years old. Serbia. How do you know it's historic? It's in Serbia. Doctor's House, Nova Scotia. Oh, East Cleveland. Huron Place Apartments. Hmm. I don't know if there's any history here. Oh, there's some graffiti on there. That's some big time graffiti. Well, I can't read it. All right, Craig, here we go. This is what's that say? That looks like WMIOPVEIN. Moving, wipe, WIPE, moving, DLC. Looks like a parking garage. I'm with you. Wants to see the East Cleveland. I mean, it looks like a pretty good place. I don't know. Plane crash. There's a couple of those on South Holston Mountain. You know where to look for them. Camel's Hump State Park, Vermont. Windows of down here, windows of a haunted house. Come on, people. Wasn't born yesterday. Norwegian coastal gun battery. I guess a lot of those things, just like any other thing that's abandoned during the war, is like, I don't know, man. Stuff some dirt in the cannon and let's go. You know, sometimes they blew it up. Sometimes I guess they just walk away. F.D. MacArthur School in Birmingham. See, I guess stuff like this, sure, it's abandoned, it gets run down, and they stop using it, and they don't know what to do with it, so it lays there and goes to waste. But I don't know. I don't consider that abandoned as much as I do something like this. Maybe Memorial Library built in 1906, and they just walk away from it. Nova Scotia. Might have got a lot of stuff abandoned in Nova Scotia. Savannah, Georgia. Well, that's pretty interesting. Let's see if there's anything more about that. My internet's blazing tonight, isn't it? No comments yet. Click on my profile to see more. Well, we're not going to do that. I'm not clicking on that profile. It's hard telling what you might see before you can click off of it. Uh-oh. Abandoned fairy tale house before and after photo. Man, that shit's kind of spooky. Look at the cards. I think that's like a little dollhouse or something. With the trick photography, make that girl look big in a little dollhouse. Huh. That looks like English in Portugal. Who are these people? Downed military drone. How do you know that? India. Oh, Phoenix Academy in Detroit, Michigan. Yeah. Man, that's awesome. Japan telephone, World War II telephone station. Hmm. Abandoned gym. VW bug lost to the forest. Poor little critter. Poor little critter. Tree. You ever seen those ones where the ships are like in the middle of the land? I don't know how that happens. Homestead. Man, there's another plane crash. Wow. Golly, India. Laper, Michigan. Now demolished high school. Yeah, they just moved on. Look, that's still got the stuff in it. Seats. Of course, they probably took that blast furnace. Abandoned hospital. Oh, I remember those places. Bay Carriage. That's a cool car. Japanese Hollow Schoolhouse. Alright, so not a lot of abandoned. Let's look here. Did a Google search. Come up with some abandoned places in the United States. Blacksburg, South Carolina. Abandoned castle video games. Super fun. Let's see what this is. This was next to an old silver mine. Mercury. Mercury mine shut down, abandoned, declared super fund. I don't know what a super fund site is. Well, 2 pictures? That ain't much of a town. Over 100 buildings. So apparently they used mercury to help extract gold from ore. Well, that was a daggone letdown. Let's see. Well, let's see what this arrow brings us. So what does it say when it was abandoned? So it was claimed in 1854 during the gold rush. Mining operation was shut down in 72. Okay. Man, that was there for a long, long time. So how could you ever, I mean, could you go and start living in these abandoned places? Oh, is that what a super fund site means? Chemicals are in the area, the cleanup site. Maybe you wouldn't want to go and live there then. Ugh. Yeah, maybe not. Salt Lake City, Allen Park, Mojave County, Gold King Mansion. See what that is. Construction of the mansion began in 1930, shortly after a strike, and had been made in Atlanta in April 1929, and the claim was made to it in July of the same year. As the mine grew, so did expectation. As the mine operator, P.M. Woods, reported the company was to install a big hoist, big gas engine and compressor sufficient to operate the drills and pumps. At the end of August 1930, the company announced the building, the first of a series model bunkhouses using reinforced concrete construction. Several miners. In 1933, a local rancher, John Odie, visited the mine and found that the mansion was not used to shelter miners as originally intended. Odie claimed the owners would take prospective stock buyers up there and wine and dine them and put them up in the house. So, what's the problem? I mean, it don't look that fancy now, I guess. I guess back in the day, that was pretty fancy. Got to be some better ones than that. I don't know, Mohawk, Michigan. Calumet Air Force Station, one of the few Cold War era bases with many of the original structures still standing. Yep. These things are always weird. I watched the Roadkill show, and they've done a couple of races in the streets of some of these places in California that are like this, like just a little town, like a neighborhood, and they're all abandoned. Wow. I just, what happened? Oh, big pictures. That looks like a prison. All those houses just sitting along. Let's see what the story is. Former Cold War Air Force Station was discontinued in 1988. Unlike other Cold War stations, most of the original buildings are still standing. Visitors take a free 1-hour walking tour of various stations. Know before you go. Tickets are free, but they have to go through the website to register for them. Well, why would you want to? I mean, I guess it'd be interesting to go and walk the streets. Jekyll Island Amphitheater. Huh. Built in the early 70s, 1,700-seat amphitheater added another stage to Jekyll Island's music and theater scene. Once a cultural hub on the island, the amphitheater has been unused since 2004. Between 1973 and 2004, the amphitheater hosted a number of plays and musical acts, including touring companies of Broadway shows. When budget cuts led to the end of the theater program, the large outdoor performing space was largely abandoned. In recent years, there have been talks of revitalizing the performance space, but plans remain unclear. Interesting. Red Butte Airfield. Grand Canyon's original airport. Hmm. Let's go big. Let's look at it big. What I find out interesting about hangars is the doors, the rails, they always slide, seems like. And the rails always extend way past the wall. I guess to maximize, the opening for the wings. I wonder where the runway was. I mean, all this ground, this looks like gravel. Doesn't look like it used to be concrete or any of that stuff. What's that? The outhouse? What is that? It's flat, man. Look at that. Look how flat that place is. Duh, it was an airport. Hello. Hey, look, is it just the one building, you reckon? Sure looks that way. All right, let's read a little bit. Its hangar and building now abandoned and nearly forgotten in the Kaibab National Forest. Red Butte Airfield was the Grand Canyon's original airport and hosted some of the notable guests in its time. Opened the airfield in 1927 as Scenic Airlines Incorporated. Soon after it opened, the stock market crash that sparked the Great Depression forced them to sell the airfield. The new owners renamed the airfield Grand Canyon Airlines. Today, the paint on the hangar has faded enough that both the original name and original names are faintly visible. Yeah, I can see that. Hmm. Tells you how to get there. Go up Forest Road, 305. What else? Let's go to another one here. Now I looked up why things become abandoned. Craig hit up on one here: chemicals, spills, waste, toxic waste, things like that are discovered, or like that in the case of the mine, are deposited there, and then it becomes unfit. So they just pack up and move. Death in the family, goes to get unpaid taxes. The city never does anything with it, and so they just let it rot. Camp Hayden, Fort St. Washington. Well, here's something in Charlottesville, Virginia. Let's just see what this is. An abandoned textile mill that is now home to art and concerts. Well, at least they're doing something with it. Oh, let's see. Then I don't think it's really abandoned. It just looks like old buildings. Let's go back. Cotton gin. Powder magazine. Wildlife refuge. Old Stone Church. Alabama. Permanently closed. Hello? Come on, internet. On back, internet. Jungle Park Speedway, Bloomingdale, Indiana. Premier auto racing speedway in the Midwest, and also one of the most deadly. Huh. Now I have, I can't remember if it's on Facebook or not. There is one place that's called Abandoned Raceway. You'd be surprised how many, you know, local raceways and things like that that have become abandoned over the years. Well, that's pretty cool. If I don't know, probably said it before on the show. If I was a billionaire like some of these guys, it wouldn't last. I would be I'd be buying up some of this crazy stuff and trying to fix it back up and make it workable again. Because you can tell right here that the pavement right down through the trees, right through there, part of the raceway. Bank turns. Look at that. That's just cool. Jungle Park. Few racetracks in America possess the renowned mystique and the sense of awe as Jungle Park Speedway. Carved from the dense Indiana forest in 1926 by Earl Paget, the half-mile track soon became a hotbed for Midwest racing, attracting drivers that would become icons of the sport. Indianapolis 500 winners Maury Rose, Wilbur Shaw, George Robson, and Bill Holliday competed here, as did notables like Dutch Ballman, Tony Bettenhausen, Bob Carey, and Duke Nallen. None of them I've ever heard of, but that's all right. Oh my gosh. Is there a doctor in the house? Look at this poor dude. And this guy, see this guy here? He's probably standing over there going, telling the other cars as they come by, get over to the outside, get over to the outside. Only remaining grandstand. All right. Well, there you have it. Just to look at some of the old places that I found or come across that were abandoned. I just find it interesting that these things go left untouched. They don't tear them down. St. Helena Island, South Carolina, Harbor Island, abandoned houses. Once luxurious, these oceanfront beach homes have been left to succumb to the elements as the beach is slowly washed away. I guess, maybe the town condemns these places, especially like this one here. Let's see, Harbor Island, South Carolina, there lies a cluster of homes abandoned by the owners and left to succumb to the elements and the ever-changing beach. Harbor Island is the first of 3 barrier islands off the coast of Beaufort, South Carolina. The other 2 being Hunting Island, I've camped there, and Fripp Island. The quiet beach has become a popular vacation spot for locals and visitors, leading to condos, duplexes, and homes being built along small 3-mile beach. When the island was first being developed, there wasn't many rules on where homes could be built, leading to some homeowners building their houses right on the sand. While this at first seemed like the ideal spot to have an oceanfront getaway, it would eventually prove to be a geographical nightmare. Yeah, okay. I follow you now. So why don't they tear them down? Looks like it would be, what do they call those things? A common nuisance or a dangerous nuisance or something like that. The people and kids and riffraff. Ooh, riffraff would go there and, get hurt. So it seems like they could just tear them down, man. What's it look like on the inside? I don't know. I've been there, but I've never, of course, never paid attention, never asked about them. All right. Well, I think we're going to call that done. 42 minutes of looking at old places. Like I said, if I had billions of dollars, I'd probably be buying up some of these, like the old racing tracks or something like that, trying to make something cool out of it. But anyway, I appreciate everybody coming and looking, watching. If you're watching it afterwards, appreciate it. Like, subscribe, comment, like I said. Tell your friends, tell the people you work with. Got 85 subscribers. Let's see if we can get it up, maybe. But anyway, Monday, be another show. Get some ideas on what the show might be. I've been going back looking through. I had made a spreadsheet, and I hadn't looked at that thing in, I don't know, months. So I'm going to go back through and look at some of that. Still working on trying to get some of these put out on podcasts. Haven't quite figured that out yet. I'm kind of frugal. I'm kind of cheap, some people would say. So if it's not free, it's not happening. What can I say? I just don't want to put money into it. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, I appreciate everybody coming. Craig, see you. Clell, see you. Anybody else? Maybe I'll see you. But appreciate it. Check it out Monday.